What's going on, world? Let me get Marysweetness, aka Sweetness. StaxRadio, we cater to Main Street throwback indie artists, and it pays to be a listener. And if you're brand new to our channel, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. But before we get started, I'll bless everyone, including myself, with a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment. Today is Triple Play Tuesday. We're celebrating not once, not twice, but 3 of your favorite artists. But before we get started into the video, make sure you guys stick around to the whole video so you can qualify for our cash bag. So Triple Play Tuesday artist goes to 3 beautiful R&B women that I know you'll enjoy: Ashanti, Keisha Cole, and Summer Walker. Now, why did I choose these 3 starlets? Because not only do they sound beautiful, but they are distinctive and they have wonderful qualities, and they're divas. They're beautiful divas in their own right. Okay, starting with the wonderful Keisha Cole, who came in the scenes in the early 2000s, right along with Shanti in the early 2000s. Of course, Keisha Cole came with her album, and of course, the documentaries, TV show documentary series called The Way It Is, featuring her life and of course her family. We'll get into another Keisha Cole, a separate Keisha Cole video on another story, and another episode, yes. And of course, Shanti, who came on the early 2000s, which we'll get into in a second. And of course, Miss Summer Walker, who came on in the scene in the mid 2000s. Recently, Miss Summer Walker recently did another joint venture with 2 beautiful prominent artists as well, Cardi B and SZA. That song is a bop. And of course, Summer Walker is a mom. Baby number 2 is brewing in the oven. So congratulations to her. And of course, Miss Keisha Cole. Of course, we already know her story, early to 2000s. Of course, a singer-songwriter. And of course, Keisha Cole just recently lost her mom. So R.I.P. to Frankie. And right now, word on the curb is that Keisha Cole is working on a documentary now, starting her life. I think it's called I Am Keisha Cole. So if you guys know the name of her up-and-coming documentary, by all means, we want you to put that in the comments for clarity. And last but not least is Ashanti, who came on the scene in early 2000s. First, a word in the curve is that Ashanti, she dropped when she was a teenager. It was a rumor that she was signed to a label, but it didn't go so well. They kept on promoting it, and of course, promoting it, and it never dropped, which led her to sign to Murder Inc. Records. As you guys already know, Ashanti was Murder Inc. Records. She wrote hit songs for the likes of J-Lo. Ain't it funny? Now, these songs allegedly were hers to be sung for her own up-and-coming projects, but she passed them along, making them a hit to someone else, until finally she got her chance to write and sing for her whole album. Now, word in the curve is that there's some type of conflict of interest between her and Murder Inc. Records. Allegedly, she was dating Irv Gotti. Now, word in the curve is that she's never really full out come right said that they were some type of item. Irv Gotti is the one that is always so in his feelings about it. But Ashanti, like all the artists, what you're supposed to do is put your feelings to your pen. She recently wrote a remix. Well, she recently was on the remix that she wrote. What her verse was called "Gotta Move On" Bryson Taylor. It was a feature, and word in the curb is that dig and that line was to Irv Gotti, allegedly, talking about he got a little thing, allegedly. And of course, her other new single is called Falling For You, which is a bop, and I enjoy it. It's classic Ashanti. Ashanti is always sensual. She's rangeful. She's talented, of course, incredibly beautiful. Now, Ashanti, I don't know what you drinking, but girl, give me some of that, because you definitely stepped in the fountain of youth. Word on the curb is that Ashanti is 40 years young, and she's looking good, and she's serving her body. So, Ashanti, I want to look like you, girl. And if you guys missed it, I did happen to film Ashanti live with Ja Rule at the Long Island Festival. When I say Ashanti was given not only body, but she was given rangeful. So I'm loving the song. I'm loving the new music. I'm loving Falling For You. It's classic Ashanti, like I just said. Sensual, laid back, rangeful. She takes you there. Anytime you hear Ashanti's song, she gives you a picture and she paints it in your head, and you can just picture yourself in that moment. That's what Ashanti gives me. I'm so glad that she's back, and definitely I want to see more projects from Miss Ashanti, because she's considered a blast from the past, but she's still very much relevant, and she's very much for the times. Our word in the curve is that not only is she a singer-songwriter, but Ashanti has her own label called Written Entertainment, where she has gone into independent, which a lot of artists, they do. And why not? Rightfully so. Own your own ish. That's what I tell just about anybody. Okay? Now, we want to know in the comments below, do you think that Ashanti was secretly dating Irv Gotti? And do you think the remix is allegedly about Irv Gotti and how he got a little thing? We want to know. But if you want to know what we felt on Stax Radio, all you got to do is download the app Stationhead.live/Marysweetness, where we play the music and we get into some things about that detailed information that you might not want to miss. Well, anyway, I'm done with this. I'm your girl, Marysweetness, aka Sweetness. Stax Radio, we cater to mainstream throwback indie artists, and it pays to be a listener. Remember that the best is yet to come, and if I can leave some encouraging words, spread love because you can. Now, make sure you guys stick around, because starting January 1st, we will be giving out a big cash back to our loyal listeners. So you'll have to listen from this moment on up until that date to see exactly what questions we're going to pull from either the videos or when we go online. And if you're an artist, make sure you get your music streamed on our iTunes and Spotify show. Okay? So remember that the best is yet to come, and if I can leave some encouraging words, spread love because you can. I'm your girl, Marysweetness, aka Sweetness. Stax Radio, we cater to mainstream throwback indie artists, and it pays to be a listener. And also make sure you guys comment below on, do you think that Irv Gotti and Ashanti dated or they did not date? We want to know exactly what you think. And we also want to know, is that remix, do you think that's dedicated and that was a shot to Ashanti? And if it was, kudos Ashanti, I feel you, girl. Get them where it hurts. All right, I'm done with this. We'll see you on the show, 8:45 p.m. Peace. Stationhead.live/Marysweetness.